Back in studio to break this one down with the two-time Super Bowl champ, Bryant McFadden. B-Mac, history tells us that the Steelers will be 500 or better. It also tells us that that's quite the defense year over year. You've played on that defense.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the defense on the other side here, the 49ers. It's their third different defensive coordinator in the last 3 seasons, and still, they are the hammer to everyone else's nail. What do you make of their performance here under a new DC?
Well, first and foremost, the personnel. Extremely talented on all 3 levels defensively for the 49ers. I understand they do not have D'Amico Ryans, but they still have some outstanding studs on that side, led by Fred Warner and the crew. And they just played physical 49er-like football on the defensive side. And the most impressive thing for me, Joe, and what I witnessed in that matchup, the fast start by the 49ers. They attacked this ball game like it was a Game 7-like situation. Came in with a championship mentality. They played championship-like football for 4 quarters, and they kind of took their foot off the gas, only scoring 10 points. Now, granted, it was because of some adjustments from the Pittsburgh Steelers. But offensively, this group is so talented. As I mentioned, we highlighted Brandon Ayuk, of course, the quarterback Brock Purdy, CMC. Didn't really get a lot from Deebo Samuel, didn't have to, and didn't really mention George Kittle at all. So eventually, all those guys will come to the party as well, and good luck in trying to slow that offense down.
You said Brock Purdy picking up right where he left off. Looked like he was developing on what he did a year ago. Forget the elbow. The man was comfortable with the ball on the ground. I mean, didn't look like there was any hesitation. Didn't look like there was any hesitation delivering the football, and saw a lot of good stuff in and outside of the pocket for Purdy. Let's go on the Steelers here, because you're going to see few opponents stronger than the 49ers this season. I don't think it's crazy to say that here in week 1. Moving forward, it looked like there was some things to build off of, again, specifically TJ Watt on the outside. 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, now tied with James Harrison for the most sacks in Steelers history. You know this man. You know what he brings to the table. Can a team win with the star being an edge rusher and the offense getting the job done? I know we're sort of seeing that on the other side with the 49ers doing just that. They don't have the offensive talent that maybe the 49ers have, but having TJ Watt be the straw that stirs the drink, is that a winning formula?
It can be if other people come to the party. It's one thing to have TJ Watt come to the party solo, and he brings everything that you need to have at the party, but it's eventually the other members have to show up, and we did not see that. TJ Watt is a grown man. I think he's the best pass rusher in the National Football League. When healthy, there's no argument, there's no debate. He is number one of one. But the other levels has to show up. We did not see that today. And you transition to the offense, and this was the most confusing, surprising thing for me, Joe. Watching the Pittsburgh Steelers in the preseason, they did everything right. Granted, you didn't play against the opposing team's starters week in and week out in the preseason, but you look real good. You look efficient. Kenny Pickett looked outstanding. Defensively, you were swarming to the football. What I saw in this matchup today was the total opposite from what we witnessed in preseason play, and this is not, I did not expect this. A slow start. They didn't look like they knew what they were doing. You didn't tackle well. You didn't make plays. You didn't protect the football. I mean, you didn't protect your quarterback. The 49ers had 5 sacks. Guys were not getting open, wasn't making plays in the secondary. It just was a total mishap in regards to what I thought I would see from the Pittsburgh Steelers compared to what we actually witnessed.
We also take this opportunity to welcome in our streaming public here, joining us on the tail end of games all across the nation here, streaming on Paramount Plus, the NFL on CBS. Welcome aboard, Joe Musso alongside Bryant McFadden here, B-Mac, as we wrap up this conversation about the 49ers and the Steelers. An assertive effort from the 49ers and some bumps and bruises for the Steelers as well. Cam Hayward, Deontay Johnson, both dealing with injuries there. Johnson's looked to be quite serious the way he went down with that hamstring. You know there's always more B-Mac to be had. P2 and B-Mac sitting down, having can't-miss conversations each and every week with some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment. Download, subscribe, and enjoy all things covered.